Hey guys, I just wanted to go over the work that you did. We're starting a new section, and this was a little warm-up that you did yesterday. So again, if you take a look at number 1, the sum of 5 and a number x, you had to write an algebraic expression for each word expression. Number 2 was 11 decreased by n. A quotient, remember quotient is division, of -9 and y. Twice a number, that's what 2x is, minus 3. And then if you take a look here, what we had to do was, it says evaluate each expression for the given value of x. So do you see what I did for number 5? I put the 3 in where x is. So 2 times x is 2 times 3 plus 3, which is 6 plus 3, which is 9. Number 6, it said for x, put in a -1. So -4 times -1, a negative times a negative is a positive, plus 7 is 11. X was 3. So 1.5 times 3 minus 2.5 was 2. If you take a look here, guys, it says that x is now -5. Remember, this is 0.4 times a -5, so that's -2. A negative times a positive is negative. Doesn't matter which one's bigger. And then remember, if the signs are different, I have a -2 plus 6.1. I'm really subtracting them. And in this case, it does matter. I have more positives than negatives. So my answer was positive. Okay, so if you take a look, boys and girls, at number 9, I had to put 18 in for x. So 2/3 times 18, I just cross-canceled. And then I got 12, and then 12 minus 12 was 0. In this case here too, -5, remember a negative times a negative is positive. The 8's cross-cancel, and I was left with +5 plus 10, so that's 15. And then this is just a review of division with fractions. Remember, you're really multiplying by flipping the second fraction. Just want you guys to check your work. Okay, most of you guys did a great job with the vocab. Identify the operation performed on the variable in the equation. It says apply the inverse operation. Remember, that means the opposite to both sides of the equation. Whatever you do to one, you have to do to the other. So there was a -5.5, so the inverse is the opposite, so you're adding. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. The variable in the equation is alone, and set it equal to the solution. Remember, you're trying to get that variable, which is the letter, isolated. An algebraic expression contains at least one variable. A mathematical sentence that shows two expressions are equivalent. A mathematical sentence that shows that two expressions are equivalent is called an equation. Okay. And then I just had you guys do this. So it said, when you simplify expressions using properties, you can combine like terms due to the distributive property. So take a look at the example they gave you. A distributes to B. A times B is AB. A times C is AC. Take a look here. What they're doing is distributing A to B, and then A to C. And then they're distributing A to B here, and then A to C. Jill and Kyle get paid per project. Jill is paid a project fee of $25 plus $10.50 per hour. Kyle is paid a project fee of $18 plus $14.25 an hour. Write an expression to express how much a company will pay to hire both to work the same number of hours on the project. Write the expression for how much the company will pay each person. Let H represent the number of hours they will work on the project. So Jill, remember, she had a flat fee of $25 plus $10.50 per hour. Kyle had a flat fee of $18 plus $14.25 per hour. We could also kind of go back to when we talked about constants. And Jill and Kyle, the constant would be 14.25 per hour and $10.50 per hour. Okay. Now it says, add the expressions and simplify by combining like terms. So if you look here, right, I can add the numbers and I can add the H's. I can't add this with this, right? This is like. These are like terms. So when you add this, and then when you add this, the company will pay $43, because that's their combined flat fee, plus this much per hour. It says, what can you read directly from $43 plus $24.75 each that you cannot read directly from $25 plus $10.50 times H plus 18 plus $14.25 times H. What you can read directly from the first one is the total amount the company pays in fees per hour. You see the difference there. You can read that directly from the first one. Now, if you simplify this expression here, I can only combine 3x and 7x. Those are like terms. And then I'm going to go ahead and remember I have a negative 4.5 plus a half, a negative and a positive. I'm really subtracting them. So I was left with 4, negative 4. If you take a look here, the like terms were the negative 25/100ths and the 1 5/10ths. I combined those, but I really had to subtract them because of that negative. And then I had a positive 3 plus a positive 1.4. So that was 4.4. I'm going to post on our Google Classroom, guys, the assignment I'm going to have you do today. Have a good Wednesday.